somewhat haggard. What the hell is this?
Here we are back at the Ginger compound with another Ginger and a baby Ginge.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
So in this series of 2 Gingers and a problem R, we're gonna be taking the diff out of that thing, fixing it, probably tie rod ends. I got some beefcakes over here. These things are solid steel, heavy as hell. We got those. We're gonna be disassembling this diff, taking the parts out, the good parts, putting in that diff, a couple bushings, some other stuff. So as you guys have seen, I've had this diff out multiple times. There's many videos on it, so probably just brief you guys afterwards and throw you in a time lapse so we can jam out to some music and drink some sodas only, Twisted Tea and Coke. So remember, you always got to wear some type of Haggard merch. I got Jeremy with me here today because he can't be here. And you also got to watch us on YouTube in the garage while you're doing it.
Keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough.
Alright guys, we're back at the diff. Obviously I got it pulled. We're back to just one Ginger. We took it out the other day, decided, a few people came over, had a few beverages, decided not to work on it. So she still sits like this. We had the diff out probably 30 minutes. Nothing big, it's been out a couple times. Before I put it back, I'm gonna have to dress a couple broken bolts to hold the winch on. Came out pretty easy. I've had it out a few times before. So right now we're about to crack the case and let's see what's actually broke. Nice and clean stuff. Here's what we got. I figured it'd be a little more destroyed. Yep. So I figured it'd be a little bit worse. I don't know if that shows up on camera, but it's nice I can round it off. Let's round it off in there. So basically what happens is that sits like that, and then when you engage the 4 lock, it engages this, it pops it up, and then this finds its place in there. So those are rounded off, those are a little rounded off. Might as well pop it out and replace it. So this one I had laying around, thankfully. This is the other one, they're the same size. Same part. So pretty sure this is the same part. I'm hoping it's the same part, I guess. If not, I have to order one of these. But this is the piece that sits inside part of your spider gear. That's what sits in right there. Well, I just noticed this. So I never noticed this. This is the new style diff, There's a few differences, biggest being the ring and pinion are bigger. And then I just noticed these bad boys. So what this is, I'm assuming these are like guides, and it keeps pressure on the ring gear right here, and that's where the pinion is. Because obviously the last issues I've had, these are my old, I need to throw these out, got them nice paperweights, is when I broke the ring gear. That's an old Diff though. So this is the new one. That's kind of cool. I never noticed that before when I had the Diff out. So obviously very clean oil. That's not good.
Oh shit.
Alright guys, well while I was disassembling this, I realized that, see if we can zoom in on that, probably can't really see it that well. Those aren't normal Torx bits that take that apart. So I ordered some new tools, they'll be in tomorrow. They're Torx bit pluses, they're fatter. Sadly, I can't take that apart right now, but we're gonna jump ahead so I can get this thing rolling. I do gotta take this off, this bad boy, because there are bad bushings. I'm gonna replace the bushings in that. And then I am changing these out, the tie rods, with our buddies over here at Super ATV. These things are solid beef. I mean, that is solid steel. That is a solid beef tie rod. For the price, can't really beat it. You know, they throw on their sales and stuff, so I don't got much money in it. And the reason being I went with an upgrade is I noticed the inner was loose on this side. So why just buy an inner when you can buy all new tie rods? But also, from how many times I've had this front end apart, I have ended up hammering and slicing the boots. So I mean, I never priced it out, but by the time I would have had to buy outers and inners, might as well just buy these. It comes with everything, and then it deletes that outer tie rod. Well, it don't delete it, but it makes it easier to take apart with this rather than having to beat on it and take, you know, unpress it. You just take the bolt off and take it out from the top. I'm gonna be doing the control arm first because that kind of gets everything out of my way to install these. So I'm just gonna take this off real quick. 21 millimeter, take that bolt out. This one's fun to get to, so we might end up reversing that, we'll see, because I've done it a few times. So the bolt actually comes out through the back, and it's not fun to try to snake back in. As you can see, you can't see, that's the point, it's hard to get in there. So we'll get that off. I'm gonna press the bushings in and out for you real quick, and then we'll start working on the tie rods, and then we'll finish up with the diff action tomorrow for me, and a little bit for you guys.
One pair of pants later.
Popped it out, I already popped out those little guys, the little ends. So I'm gonna pop out the center, pop out the bushings. You don't have to do these on a old lazy boy in your garage, but it helps. Nothing to it. All right, these are the new ones. I'm just gonna do these 4. There's no point in changing them all out if they're not all bad. There's honestly only 2 bad, so, but I'm gonna do this whole control arm. Add some nice red and tacky to them. Makes them go in a little bit easier. See this beautiful shirt? It's a perfect shop shirt. Going out to eat shirt. I mean, do whatever shirt, honestly. It's fancy. You know where to get this? It kind of says it right there, assemblyhaggard.com. Look at that, nice lubed up. You probably didn't see how easy that went in. Normally it's where you can grab a socket and tap them in a little bit more. Beautiful. So then you got these bad boys. Guess what? Lube them up. A little lube goes a long way. And then I'll just take these and I'll use that kind of bushing. That is how easy it is to do bushings. What, 4 or 5 minutes? Tap them in, tap them out. Clean up my mess now and then reinstall this. But instead of reinstall this, we're gonna jump to taking off those there tie rods. All right guys, I went ahead and did the liberty of taking this side off, mostly so I can struggle. So I don't have to struggle for you guys and show you what's up. So we got, this would be a stock, and then this is a Super ATV, which it's pretty well beefy from here. You're not gonna break anything. You're definitely not gonna bend that. Which honestly kinda scares me because your breaking point's gonna be right there, because this ain't breaking or bending at all whatsoever. Not happening. This stock one's pretty stout too. That would have been, I guess, your breaking point as well. This side, this is definitely thicker than that. That's, I mean, it's honestly almost double the size. That's pretty weak. But as you guys know, my side-by-side, this thing has been through a hell of a lot of abuse. It's been rolled a couple times and I've not broke a tie rod yet. The reason I went with Super ATV, it's the cheapest. Lifetime warranty, hope I don't have to use it. But, I mean, it's plain and simple, it's the cheapest. With the sale they had going on, I got those for 200 bucks. So I really can't complain about that. So, unless they break on me. They got that goofy clip. Let's see. I guess I should have took this off already for you guys. So you don't have to see me struggle. On the bright side, Super ATV does send you with spare boots. I've seen other kits where they don't even come with boots. Okay, so you do that there. Pull that guy down. Take this whole boot down. So now we can actually get a pipe wrench on there and do that. God. And they definitely tighten these. Doesn't help the great size pipe wrench I have. They're tight.
One eternity later.
Whew. They definitely like their red Loctite, which is good, because last thing you want is this coming loose on you on the trail. I'm gonna go ahead and throw these enders on first, because I'm gonna Loctite them down. So with these, I'll go into it a little bit more, but just gonna screw these in. I'm gonna Loctite them first. I am gonna put more Loctite on them. There's not enough in there. And then I'm just gonna slide the boot over to the outside, and then the other inside of the boot goes to here, and then I'll stick the tie rod in. Probably gonna do that tomorrow, which would be here in a little bit for you guys, because I gotta be out here doing the diff anyway. Plus it's getting late, and my steering rack is actually a little bit loose. It kind of upsets me. Does anybody out here know if you can adjust them? I might try it. So let me know if there is an adjustment way or something to tighten it up a little bit. There is a little bit of play in there, and these racks are 1,900 bucks. I really don't got that right now to throw around just for fun. So yeah, does anybody, I haven't saw anything about anybody ever adjusting a steering rack. Maybe they're meant to have a little bit of play in it. I just don't like too much play where play's not needed.
That was a buzzkill.
All right guys, here we are a couple days later. We're basically put back together for right now, but we're missing parts. So I had to get this thing moved out of the shop for a party I was having, so I went ahead and threw the tie rods on, put the control arm back on with the bushing. Kind of do like these tie rod ends. They got the nice little bend, they're out of the way. Fancy, they're big, probably not ever gonna break. I don't really see them. I don't really have them 100% adjusted yet because of the diff. So here's where I'm at with the diff. Trying to get all these little bolts out. So I had to order this nice China set right from Amazon. It's their Torx Plus. So I've been using this one. They're fatter Torx bit.
You guys got fat.
So there's not as much play in there. So they fit nice and tight. Well, issue is I already got that one messed up, and this one's also a little bit messed up for me trying to figure out how to get them out. So hopefully I can get those out. Another thing I'm doing is I'm using this torch to heat up the other side, because that's white Loctite and that stuff's strong. So I'm going through and I'm heating up the back sides, and I'm taking them off with the impact. So it seems to be working. It seems to be coming out pretty easy now that I'm heating them up at least. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of these removed.
Ginger Jesse over here doing Pro R stuff.
This is what happens when you use the wrong bit first.
We're about to drill it into a Can-Am.
Oh, there we
There
go.
she blows. Sweet. That's what happens when you bring it to a professional shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put it on the bench with all the other goodies.
Alright guys, here we are. Finally got all these bolts extracted. One gave me more trouble than it should have. So, I got this. Basically, this is a piece we're replacing. Right there. It got stripped off on the ends. I don't know why you can see that. That's supposed to be more straight. As you can see, it's been stripped away. So this is a spider gear setup, mostly common in a lot of, I guess, more automotive vehicles, like a rear end of a truck, which is kind of ironic because I measured this. It's 7.6 inches ring gear. That's basically the same size, or almost exact same size, that's in like a 1500 Chevy. So Pat, your rear end is the same size that my front diff is in my side-by-side, and I still keep breaking it. All that work, all that stress, or broken bolts just to replace these. Let's go ahead and put that back together. I gotta run and grab some more bolts. Hopefully the hardware store has them. Otherwise,
And here are the best card.
I gotta order some. Actually, I'm probably gonna go ahead and clean this in the parts cleaner first, and then throw it all back together and show you where I'm at then.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Alright guys, I got everything cleaned up, put it back together. Had to go to the hardware store to get a couple new bolts because he's pricey, and I stripped some out, cleaned up all these. Now an important step, Loctite, red Loctite on these bad boys. So you don't want these coming out in your diff. I have enough issues, so I like to heavily coat these in Loctite. And oops, that was actually the bad one. Don't want that one. All right, and make sure every time you go to torque it, you're torquing it to factory spec. Yep, that seemed about right. That's gonna be the one that comes loose. All right, there we go. Got ourselves a differential that hopefully will last more than a couple rides. We got all this stuff cleaned up. Beautiful. There we go. Nice and easy does it. Make sure everything is torqued to factory spec. There we go. She's gonna be hopefully lasting more than one trip. So I'm gonna take that. You gotta take this back apart. Just literally take the diff, throw it in there, and she'll be done. So I just want to thank you guys for coming along this journey with me to get this Pro R fixed. Thanks for all you guys' support. Check out some of these affiliate links we got down low. That helps us support the companies that support us. And also, don't forget, buy yourself some merch, man. You know, there's nothing better than some Haggard swag. All right, catch you on the next one. Peace.
No,